Alright, so while I'm prepping the breakfast protein shake today at 11 a.m., late breakfast, we can talk about what was effective versus ineffective yesterday, and what are the actual goals that I'm working toward, and what is my approach to goal setting. If I remember to talk about all those things, because I have a habit of getting sidetracked. So first of all, what are the goals in general? Meaning, what are all the different goals that I'm going for? Well, I talked a little bit yesterday about kind of a sample size of the things that I'm doing. But those are not the actual goals. Those are more like milestones toward the actual goals. So when I say I am working on getting my driver's license in Italy, working on my Italian language skills, working on better training for my reactive dog, working on my overall health and fitness goals, so wanting to be able to fit into standard sizes in this country, wanting to feel good in my body. Those are all part of an identity goal I created a while ago. This is going to be noisy, so let's pause. Alright, so the identity goal is I am unlimited, which for me means that I don't let, that's not going to go there, that I don't let society or imposter syndrome or internal blocks or anything else get in my way toward what I want out of life. And I want some pretty big things out of my life. I am going through a divorce at the moment. That's fine. It was the right decision. I'm also going through an income shortage at the moment, which was also by choice because I left a job and a relationship that were very, very out of alignment with my values and who I am and what I care about in my life. And I didn't realize those things until I went through the exercise of really understanding what my values are, what they mean for me, and what is in opposition of them. So realized the job I was working for, I was a project manager, I was really good at it. I was just making someone that I did not respect, that I did not think had good intentions, a lot of money, and I was watching the people around me that were also project managers or in other similar positions do the same thing, make this person, a lot of money, work really, really hard, and all get treated like shit. And so I started speaking up, and people didn't like that, so I left. And kind of the same thing in my marriage. I realized that this wasn't working for me, and I wanted something different, and I started speaking up for what felt right, and he didn't like that very much. And he expected me to stay quiet like I usually did, and when I didn't, it didn't work out very well. So, not saying these people are devils and I'm an angel, just that that's how it went. Let's see if I can put this right here. It's day 2, people. We're figuring it out. Alright, that's good enough for right now. So you already know what I'm making. I'm making my protein shake. We saw it yesterday. Fiber, protein, coffee, water, curcumin and ginger, and then a bit of yogurt, which I still have to go get. Okay. So my goal to become unlimited, this identity goal, is rooted in my values. So I assessed my values first, and those values involved statements such as I want to be authentic and always act in a way that feels right to me, and I want to speak up when things around me feel wrong. But I want to also be someone that has an open mind and is willing to adapt and grow and change their mind as they receive new information. Getting the yogurt. Okay. And there's lots of other ones, and not necessarily going to go through all of them, at least not in this moment. But those led me to my identity goal, become unlimited. Now, realized, well, that I sat down and thought, but what are my limitations, perceived or otherwise, at the moment? And so there were some internal and some external limitations that I recognized. I don't have the twisty thing. I'll pause this time. All set. Alright, so I think right away most of us can agree that money is a limitation. And what I mean by that, of course, is the lack of money is a limitation. So when I was sitting down and thinking about this, I was like, well, just quit my job. But I don't want to get any job. I don't want to go just work for some other asshole that's, getting rich on the backs of the actual talent working for him. So what can I do? What do I want to do? And I didn't know at the time. My mentor, the one that I did the values assessment with, is a super learning coach, and had started a coach training program. And I was working for him. I'd gone to work for him because I did respect him, and I did feel like what the work that was being done at that company was actually benefiting society, was actually something that was meaningful, and that he was actually not just trying to get rich. He was trying to do something positive that would also bring in income. And I respected that. So I went to work for him and started this coach training program. Figured since I was working there, it would be good for me to know what the program was about. And I instantly was like, this is what I want to do. I like this. I like the methodology behind it. I like that it is so focused on real change, and I'll be honest, I had the perception that life coaches were, there's a stigma that like coaches are people that can't do anything else, or that I don't know. For me, it felt like it had this negative connotation, and I was like, all right, well, let's see what this is about, because I had taken his course in which I had discovered my values and made real changes in my life. So I thought maybe there's something here. Anyway, so I get into the coach training program and I start learning to be a coach. And I guess I kind of expected, because I'll tell you, I'm all over the place. The position that I worked in previously, the one for Evil Corp, also had a lot to do with coaches. It was about, it wasn't completely about coaches, but there were strong elements that were about teaching coaches to be better coaches and things like that. But behind the scenes, what I saw was really about taking coaches' money and giving them very little in return, and then